Unseen Empire turns a huge wildlife camera trap study into a game. CNN, tasked with photographing one of the world's most elusive big cats, you trek deep into the lush jungle of Southeast Asia and set up the camera trap. Back at the base camp, you methodically comb through the images it captures, identifying monkeys, authors, and finally what you've seen watching for, the mysterious clouded leopard. All this without having to leave the comfort of your own home. A new mobile game, Unseen Empire, turns one of the largest ever wildlife camera trap studies into a playable experience. The idea is that by letting players to take on the role of the researcher in a real scientific study, the game helps the people to better understand the conservation science. In the past few decades, we have seen a 68% decline in wildlife species, but when it comes to funding conservation, there is an estimated shortfall of up to $824 billion per year in what is needed to reserve the decline in biodiversity by 2030, according to the recent report. Gautam Shah, the American founder of Kenya-based Internet of Elephants, the company behind the Unseen Empire, believes the conservation awareness campaigns have failed to keep up with the times and needs to modernize. After 20 years as an IT consultant, Shah left his job in 2013 and combined his professional background with his passion for wildlife. Internet of Elephants creates the games and digital experiences based on scientific research that aims to engage people who may not have a previous interest in wildlife conservation. By tapping into the mass gaming market, there are 2.8 billion video gamers globally. He hopes to capture and inspire a new audience. 6 million photographs. Unseen Empire is based on the ongoing, decades-long camera trap study by Professor David MacDonald and his team at the Wildlife Conservation Research Unit at the University of Oxford. The initial research was conducted in Southeast Asia, looking at the elusive clouded leopard. Little is known about these regal creatures, but with the estimated population of 10,000, the clouded leopard is considered vulnerable due to the deforestation and poaching. The forests of Southeast Asia are disappearing faster than anywhere else in the world due to urbanization, illegal logging, and land clearing for agricultural production. A camera trap image of the rare clouded leopard. The study has captured 6 million camera trap photographs, including more than 250 animal species, to understand the clouded leopard's habitat. The research tries to understand how biodiversity conservation and human development might influence the environmental policy. Raising awareness. The hoping is that the games such as Unseen Empire can provide new ways for people to engage with endangered animals. If you don't have any encounter or experience with the element of nature, then what motivation can you have to take a personal interest in it? Says MacDonald. I think that detail of understanding brings up greater investment in wanting to see a good outcome. The game used the real photograph from the study and allows the players to identify species within this rapidly degrading environment. Of course, everyone loves the gorgeous photography, but there is something just incredibly raw and real about capturing and these animals entirely candid moment, says Shaw. Dubbed it the Pokemon Go with the wildlife, another Internet of Elephants game. Wild Evers used the augmented reality to tell a story about safeguarding apes in Borneo and the Congo. Shah hopes to expand the game to include wildlife camera trap research from around the world. While the game is free and does not generate the revenue or donations, each development was funded through a grant. Shah hopes it will cultivate awareness and encourage people to make consumer choices that are better for the environment. In the long term, he hopes it will encourage people to donate to conservation groups and by increasing public awareness influence policy. I would like to think that the engagement with this game will lead to a feeling of value which will affect how they think about nature, says MacDonald. So in that sense, we'd like to be part of the revolution on how people view the role of humanity alongside the wider environment.